Hi, everybody. So sorry that we are late. We are having technical problems. Look who's beside me. Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Hello. Hey, Mom. How you going?
I'm doing great. What's new over there in Australia?
Not much at the moment, just the end of summer, so just enjoying the last warm days. And how are you going?
I'm doing good. I love the highlights in your hair. Looks so cute.
Thank you.
Who did them for you? Where
I
did you
got
go?
them done at this amazing vegan eco salon, and they did them for me. They did such a good job.
Okay, so there's vegan dye there.
Yeah,
Cool.
100% vegan.
All right. So listen, everybody who doesn't know us, I'm here in Canada, and this is my sweetheart here, all the way from Australia, and we are having problems, unfortunately, with the chat. When we look at the chat, we do not see your comments. So we don't know how to refresh that. If anybody is good with StreamYard and knows how to help us, that would be awesome. Otherwise, we're just going to keep talking anyway, and we have our breakfast. We're eating together. Cheers, my dear.
Got peanut date.
Peanut day.
So good.
You're already cut open and you just stick it in there?
Yeah, I just put the
Butter in your
peanut
dish.
butter in, and then I put them in the freezer, and they just go all solidified.
The freezer?
So good.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we have something. Oh my goodness, we have a comment that says SYZ Ziggy. Go vegan. Okay, that's the name. All right, cool. All right, we're getting some comments here. Apparently, it's having trouble refreshing. This is Wilbur. Wilbur is great. He is a vegan and he helps out a lot. Hi, Wilbur. The future's vegan for sure. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about what's going on in Australia. For those of you who don't know, V-gan Booty, Tash, is somebody who has done a lot of activism, and she has gone actually topless, not so that you can really see what's going on in fine detail, because she's covered in cow paint that makes her look like a cow. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Tell people what you do.
Yeah, so basically this is just a random idea that popped into my head. I'm always trying to be really unique and creative with my activism. So I thought I really want to do an action focused on dairy, and why not go topless, because that ties into a lot of links with the dairy industry. Obviously, the exploitation of the female reproductive system. So really putting that highlight on my own breasts, to highlight the atrocities that are happening in the dairy industry and how mothers are raped and their children are kidnapped from them. So I just wanted to create awareness about that through using my own body and creativity. And I also thought it was a great opportunity to highlight the fact that it is actually technically illegal for a woman to be topless in public. And so that's a women's rights issue within itself. And then also tying in feminism with the dairy industry as well. And basically putting that message out there that feminism without veganism is hypocritical.
I totally agree with that. I never understood that. What's this rule about women can't be topless and men can't? I mean, what's the difference? I don't know if you've ever seen those memes where they take a picture of a nipple and they put it, and you're just like, you know, if you write, this is a woman's nipple, then, you know, Facebook takes it down. This is a man's nipple. Oh, it's okay. And you cannot tell the difference.
Exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and the idea, what they say is that it's because men will not be able to control themselves if they see women walking around topless, as if, you know, that's not our problem. And if that was the case, then lesbians would also be unable to control themselves. And apparently, when lesbians are naked, they are able to control themselves. And I've been myself to clothing optional beaches, and they're fine. Everyone's just doing their own thing. You're suntanning and you're reading a book and you're chatting with somebody, and it's like no big deal. It's not a sexual.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know, do you know this vegan account called Slightly Crazy Vegan? Do you know her?
Yeah, I do know her. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's always, cooking, and she's got a, cookbook covering her and stuff like that. So little shout out to her channel. If anybody wants to see a naked vegan, you can go over there. Slightly Crazy Vegan. All right. So what's this? Let's see if we have. Okay. So somebody asked a question. Why did you decide to go vegan, Tash?
I went vegan overnight after watching the documentary Food Choices on Netflix. Just becoming aware of the atrocities that are happening in these industries and learning the impacts of animal agriculture was really what initially motivated me to make the change to veganism overnight. And obviously veganism is about animal rights, and I definitely was more hit by the fact of the impacts that animal agriculture has on our planet. But I soon became very aware of the animal rights message, and that's when I really knew that my entire life I was living against my own morals and values, and every time I was consuming animal products, I was paying for animal abuse, and I knew that I never wanted to participate in those industries again.
Mm-hmm.
How about yourself?
Same thing, except it wasn't an overnight thing for me. I was vegetarian for many years, thinking I was doing great, and of course eating double the cheese and double the eggs and being like, complete cognitive dissonance. I don't know. It's complicated. See, my voyage was not so simple. I always knew that there was something wrong with eating meat. I always felt weird. Like I remember at the table, my parents gave me a piece of meat, and so you can't leave the table till you finish it. I was chewing and chewing, and I was just like, ugh, like just, it just felt weird. But at the same time, everybody was eating meat, everybody was eating animals, and it just seemed like, okay, I guess I'm just crazy for feeling this way. And then, of course, when my kids were little, when trying to help them to eat, one was actually one of my daughter, my other daughter, said that she wanted to be vegetarian after going to a summer camp. And she was saying that she didn't want to eat any animals again. And I was like, great, let's not eat animals. And so that's what we did. But then, of course, I thought I knew about being vegan, and I tried to become vegan, but this is before Facebook. It's before the internet. I mean, it's a long time ago. And people were saying, oh, your kids are too skinny. They're going to die. Their brains aren't going to develop. And of course, I didn't really know. And so I kind of panicked, and I started giving them cow's milk. And, I just didn't know. But then when I found out, I tried to become vegan, and I was vegan, but even that was just a bit bumpy because I actually became kind of depressed at one point because I just was suffering from dystopia, the anguish of being vegan in a non-vegan world, and just being so overwhelmed by having no community that I just felt like I don't know what to do here. Like I'm either going to end up removing myself from the planet, or I have to try to fit in somehow. It was so sad and bad. And then I thought, no, I can't live like this. I don't care. I'm not going to, life is too interesting, first of all, so I'm not going to remove myself. And I can't be who I'm not. So I became vegan, and that was it. That's it. I'm going to be vegan, even if I have no single friend and I'm miserable, And then, of course, you find your community, and you start to realize, hey, I'm okay. It's good. This is fine. It's the way to be, and there's no turning back, right?
Yeah, exactly. I could imagine it would have been really difficult back then with limited access to information and, I mean, a less population of vegans. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it would have been difficult.
We have a comment here. You want to read it, Tash?
Yeah, so what do we have here? Jay the Kind Vegan says, please be kind to animals. They deserve their bodies. Watch Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, Dominion, Dairy is Scary, and Egg Truth. They show the truth of what happens to animals, and veganphobia is real. I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you give me some examples that show that make you realize that that's true, that veganphobia is real?
Yeah, so I've experienced a lot of threats and hate and abusive messages online. I've had slaughterhouse workers send me images of animals that they've gone out to murder, and they claimed that they were shouting my name when they murdered that animal, and they only murdered that animal because of me. I've had death threats, and people come to my house and throw animal flesh and secretions all over my family's cars and driveway. And I'm sure you've experienced even worse.
It's this, yeah, we've experienced the same thing. My dog Bella, who is been vegan, it's coming up to 4 years now. In August it will be 4 years, and people have petitions. I think like 50,000 people signed a petition to have her removed from me, even though she's perfectly healthy. And people are so strange. I mean, yeah, of course I had the meat thrown at my house and the eggs thrown at my house. We have cameras up everywhere now. I've had multiple death threats. I can't even keep track. At first we started going to the police, and then it was just like realizing, okay, it's ridiculous, right? I can't spend my time worrying about it. But it's so strange how when you become vegan and it really hits you, like when it really gets you, you really, really internalize it, you have this switch that goes, and it's just like, then you can't imagine how anyone cannot be vegan, right?
Exactly.
And then you can't imagine how people see things, like how somebody can see a perfectly healthy young lady like you, and then in the comments they'll always be, oh, she looks sick, oh, you know, and then they'll start tearing your body to shreds. Like, I apparently have gray hair because I'm vegan. Like, there's no other gray haired people in the world except vegans, right? I mean, there is so much vegan phobia. I mean, I remember, like, you're in excellent shape, and I was just like, what the heck was that guy Butterfield saying something about, or somebody, you know, oh, you need to do more workout on your ass if you're going to be called vegan booty. Like, bullshit. Like, they will just, they've you know, commented on my arms, my boobs, my ass, my legs, my nose, my eyes, my everything. I'm ugly. I'm useless. I should kill myself. All this stuff. That if you were standing up for the rights of the LGBTQ community, do you think that you would have abuse like that? Or if you were standing up for the dark-skinned community, and I always say dark-skinned because not just black, there's all kinds of people that are discriminated against, do you think that you would get the hate that you do?
Definitely not. Be seen as a hero. But yeah, because we're fighting for animal rights and no one is for that, and no one understands that animals are suffering because it's still so well hidden from society. People just don't understand what we're fighting for, and that's why you need to see documentaries like Dominion to see what is actually happening and why animal rights activists are taking the actions that they're doing, rather than trying to attack the messenger. Actually go out there and educate yourself and see the suffering that's occurring.
And it's fascinating, isn't it, that even if they hear you say this right now, like, don't attack the messenger, please go and watch Dominion. There are people right now listening to that. And are they going to go and watch Dominion? No. Are they going to stop attacking the messenger? No. Why is that? Even when you ask them, like, I have seen you cry in videos. I have cried in videos. I have screamed in videos. I have cried. I have spoken very calmly. I have, you know, been forceful. It is irrelevant how you give the message. It makes zero difference. Everyone's probably telling you the same thing, right? You would be a great activist if you would just do it this way, or do it that way, or do it this way, or tone it down a bit, or just put a shirt on, or, you know, right?
Exactly.
You're constantly told that you're doing it wrong, right? So people in the comments who are not vegan, okay? So we're going to ask you, okay, we want to do it right, okay? So you tell us exact words that you want us to say right now that will make you go vegan, okay? We will repeat them. You want us to go on our hands and knees and go, can you please, please, please be vegan and please stop hurting the animals? It would really mean a lot to us. See, we can both say that. Here, you try it, Tash. Say the same thing, okay? Put your hands together, okay? You're going to ask them, say, can you please, please, please stop hurting the animals?
Please, please, please stop hurting animals.
Okay? There's two of us here. We're not hurting you. We're not forcing you. We're not yelling. Nobody's topless. We're not doing anything crazy. We're just asking you to please watch Dominion and stop hurting the animals. Now, we've done it the right way, so it should work, right? So everybody in the comments should now be turning vegan, in theory, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let's see how that works. Okay, now some people say, now for me, some people say, you know, you're not forceful enough. Who says that? Hardly anybody, right? Except for I always say it to other people. You need to give the message tougher. You fucking better be vegan. You fuck, what the fuck are you doing? How the fuck can you kill these poor innocent animals? You're raping them, you're torturing them, you're kidnapping them. Why? I do it like that. And they're like, oh my God, she's crazy. That doesn't work. No matter what way we do it, doesn't work. Right? Okay.
Yeah. But I definitely agree with disruptive activism. And I think that you've done an absolutely incredible job disrupting the internet, literally. I just think you're the most powerful activist out there. I can't thank you enough. Like, you honestly amazing.
I like really honestly, I can't, you know, take a whole ton of credit. Basically what had happened for me is that I ended up being, you know, I found the app TikTok, and someone said, look, you like to, you know, you like singing and whatever, and check this out and do your first video. So I took my camera and I did, you know, eat your vegetable. Then someone told me, you know, shake the camera and look crazy. Okay. I get easily, you know? But then I had so many students, you know, it's teaching full time to 365 students. And they're all like, oh my God, our teacher's on TikTok. What the fuck is she doing there? Like, she's not allowed there. That's our space. And I was like, I can go there if I want to. Huh. You know, like, and then I started putting all these hashtags because I really wanted to get to the young people to teach them, because I was so frustrated that in school we can't teach about veganism. So I put all these hashtags like Minecraft. I didn't even know what it was. Some game. Fortnite. I didn't know what it was. But, you know, like all these Roblox thing. I don't know. And then I started getting all these people coming in there and just like, what is she doing? What's going on? Right. And I was like, okay, this is good, because that's the science of social change. So you have to disrupt society. You have to get their attention. The attention, though, the problem is people think that you're trying to get the attention on you. And they're like, oh, she just wants to be famous. Like, who the fuck would want to be famous when you get your house attacked and your life threatened and you can't even walk down the street without knowing if somebody's waving to you because they like you or waving to you because they're just about to pull out a gun and shoot you? Like, you know, it's bloody ridiculous. So I'm sure that you're not in it for the fame, although people will say, oh, well, why don't you tell them what you did running out with the big sign there on the football field?
Yeah, so here in Australia, we have the Australian football, and I went into the stadium and actually ran onto the football field during a game holding a flag that said right to rescue. And basically that's highlighting the fact that we should be able to rescue animals that are suffering, specifically in the meat, dairy, and egg industries, but any living being that is suffering, we have the right to rescue them, because animals are not property or commodities. So that's exactly why I did that, because these animals are suffering in these industries.
Yeah. And how did you feel when you were out there? Were you really nervous going out at first?
I was incredibly nervous. I had barely done any running, and I only came up with the idea to do it maybe a couple of weeks before I actually ran onto the stadium. So I thought, oh my gosh, I have to start training, and I would just go down to the oval and sprint holding this massive flag, and people would look at me thinking, what the hell is she doing?
And you were practicing. Oh, that's smart. I never would have thought of that, to practice. Yeah.
And then I'd never actually been into the stadium before. So I go into this stadium thinking, oh my God, it's massive. Like, there were 35,000 people there. I didn't think there were going to be that many people. So it was just a very surreal feeling, and I was incredibly nervous, especially because I had to wait for the right moment to do it. So I was sitting there for about an hour, just like thinking in my head, how am I actually going to jump this over this fence? Like, it's about 2 meters high.
Okay.
And I managed to figure out a little plan, and it was quite easy to actually get over and make the jump. And I ended up getting a good 40 seconds of running on the field, which is quite amazing because the security were all around. There was one guy like 10 meters away from me before I even got over the fence, and he was just very startled, and he looked at me and I thought, that's it, I'm done, he's going to get me. And he was just so shocked that he must have just stopped for a moment, and I just went for it and sprinted.
Yeah, we need that in a slow motion version, you know, with like a music, like make it last like 4 minutes instead of 40 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
And to show them how they stopped you. Oh no, that's great. And that's disrupting, but that is not, for those of you watching, that is not Tash Peterson trying to get attention to herself. That is an animal rights activist trying to get you to look at the message on her giant banner and to Google Watch Dominion afterwards and to actually educate yourselves. I want to thank people for there's some donations here. I'm really sorry if I'm not paying attention to you. Thank you so much. But it's really hard. I'm trying to also read a little bit here of the chat. I'm sorry also if there are some messages that I'm missing here. Okay, so apparently Psycho Phoenix gave $5 and $2. Also got, oh, you got your family to go vegan. That's so great. Amazing. Yes. Where's my ukulele? Happy Vegan Declaration Day to you. Happy Vegan Declaration Day to you. Whether you've been vegan for a lifetime or just a minute, welcome to the club. We're so glad you're in it. Yes, the more the merrier. Into our club. So, what have you been doing with your life lately? You're still in school? You want to tell people who don't know a little bit about you a little bit more?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I finished my university degree about 4 years ago now, so I'm not studying, but I do have a degree in outdoor recreation. So I've just grown up as a big outdoor and nature lover. So this degree was a really amazing thing that I got to do, because I would go and camp out in remote Australia and do bushwalking and rock climbing. And I've been a massive ocean lover as well, grown up like surfing and all that sort of thing. So yeah, just a massive adventure seeker, basically. And I am a swim teacher and a lifeguard, and I've been doing those jobs since I finished high school. And yeah, I'm just sort of working on my aspiration of becoming a full-time animal rights activist. I want to put every moment of my day into my activism. And yeah, I'm just sort of trying to build up a bit of a support platform financially to be able to do that. And I have a bit of time off work at the moment right now. So I'm really just focusing on my future activism plans. And
great.
Yeah.
Are you, when you're at work, do you find that people are pretty much understanding of like, what are the kids like that you're teaching? Do they know that you're famous? Like,
yeah, some of them do recognize me. I'm usually like got a big hat on and my sunglasses, so I try and like hide myself, because unfortunately, yeah, I've just had a few issues at work, like parents complaining about me and that sort of thing, because their kids have found out who I am and told their parents. So their parents have literally tried to put in false complaints about me, so I lose my job basically. So yeah, I just got to be super careful with that.
Terrible.
Yeah,
that is terrible. Yeah, veganphobia does exist. It is the deliberate bullying of animal rights activists to try to find other ways to complain about them. Like either you're going to critique their whole body or you're going to invent all kinds of lies about them, which is really a shame. Yeah. Are you, what are your plans then
Yeah,
for
it
coming
is.
up in the next little while?
Well,
What are
I'm
your
actually really lucky because I'm going to be traveling over east into Melbourne. That's actually where Stefania lives, the beautiful model that you
yes,
did a
yes.
video about. She's I'm actually going to go and stay with her in Melbourne for a little bit. So we're just in the process of planning a lot of activism when I'm over there. It's
Oh my,
really it's really easy to do activism over in Melbourne in comparison to where I am now. I mean, the laws here in Western Australia are incredibly hefty. So I feel like I have a lot more opportunities over there to do some more things that I probably shouldn't talk about
that
on here at the moment. But yeah.
that is so great that you're going to be hanging out with Stefania. For those of you who don't know, Stefania is a model. She looks like Marilyn Monroe, and she's super nice, and she's an amazing animal defender, right? Like, that's so great that you guys are going to
Really
get
amazing.
together. Yes.
I know. I'm so excited to meet her. She's just such a lovely, down-to-earth human. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we're going to do some good activism together.
Yeah. Wow. Well, maybe she's going to give you like a makeover and we're going to see you all fancy.
Yeah, hopefully I can do some modeling with her.
Oh my God. Well, is there anything else let me see if there's any questions. Let's read some. Can you see the comments? Let's see if they missed anything. If anybody has a question or a comment they want to make. Let's see. For those of you just joining us, I'm Miss Katie from Canada. I'm that vegan teacher. And with me is Tash Peterson from Australia. And we are just two vegan animal rights activists who care deeply about the animals. And we're trying to convince you not to eat animals, not to wear animals, not to use them, and to adopt animals instead of shopping for them, because animals are not commodities. They're not things. And they are here on the planet with us. They're not here for us to use. Ethical vegan animal rights activists do not ride horses, and we don't eat honey either. And a lot of people have trouble with those things and also think that, eating fish is okay, but it's not. Is there anything else you want to add to that? Does anybody have a question? Oh, somebody's writing something. Oh, I just lost the comments. Sorry, the comments are going and it's really hard for me to keep track. Let me see this one here. Somebody says, hey, have you seen Kung Fu Panda? I haven't. Have you, Tash?
No, I haven't.
Great movie. If I've seen, I can emphasize how I love it. Only wondering if you like it. Is it, if you respond, I'll go vegan. Okay. So we don't even know if that's an actual good movie if it's vegan, right? And so how do I feel about that? If people say, if you respond, I'll go vegan. What do you say to that, Tash?
I know they're just looking for a bit of attention and they're not actually going to. But I always try and engage with people.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Okay, whether we respond to you or not has nothing to do with how you are going to treat the animals, right? That's like saying, okay, if somebody's racist, well, if you respond to me, then they're going to stop being racist. It doesn't work that way. You're either a good person or you're not. You're either going to stop hurting animals or you're not. Whether I talk to you nicely or just say, oh, hi, okay, now you're going to be vegan. It's bullshit. Total bullshit. Stop that. Go to your room.
You know what I get a lot is people will message me saying, like, send me nudes or send me photos of your ass and I'll go vegan. And then I'll reply to them and I'll say, yeah, okay, I will if you go to watchdominion.com and watch the documentary.
Right.
And they'll actually go and watch it, and then I'll quiz them about it just to make sure that they've watched it.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, oh, that's great. Now go and learn how to respect women. See you later. It's a good way of getting them to see the truth.
Okay. So we have a few little comments here from, looks like Deacon Black 10, who gave $10. Hey, my favorite super beautiful vegans. Do either of you have a favorite dinner or dessert? Go for it. Do you have a favorite dinner or dessert, Tash?
Yeah, well, I've got my favorite dessert with me right here. So I've got my dates with the peanut butter in, and I put them in the freezer. And they taste so good. It's like a healthy Snickers, basically. So I love them a lot.
I'm just watching you eat that and thinking that's what I want. Now, mine are not going to be frozen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I have dates. Where's my dates?
Kind of melted now.
So over here in Montreal, what time is it? It's 9:30 in the morning. And in Australia, it's 9:30 at night, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you put them in the freezer. I never thought of that. So like, guys, you know that some kids, Tash, does this ever happen to you? I'm shocked. Some people don't even know what dates are. It's incredible. Like they've never had dates. Or somebody said, what's oatmeal? 2 people in my comment once said, what's oatmeal? I've never had oatmeal. Like, I don't know what parents feed their kids, just Fruit Loops. Like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I know.
That is so crazy.
Was another one. Okay. Psycho vegan. I became vegan because I was forced to shoot an animal. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you were forced to shoot an animal. That's terrible. God. Isn't that just awful? Did you see James Aspie's one of his videos where he talked about just basically about veganism, and at the end he showed somebody killing a chicken by hanging the chicken upside down and choking it? Did you see that? I have to slam my computer shut and just go cry when I see that. I'm so triggered by having seen so much death. I don't know if you're like that. It's like I thought it would get easier, but it doesn't get easier for me. It gets harder. I can't watch any animals suffering at all. It's so traumatic.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I do try and like watch bits and pieces every now and then just to remind myself like of what's going on, because you try and block it from your mind, but it does need to be there to sort of fuel my fire for activism and stuff. But I still feel broken after watching Seaspiracy, and that was over a week ago now. I keep getting flashbacks in my head of the amount of murder and suffering I saw in that one documentary. It's just terrible.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I'm suffering from dystopia. The anguish of being vegan in a non-vegan world, I find it very difficult. Very hard, because we can't, we're born vegan. We're born compassionate. We never wanted to eat dead animals. Our parents started feeding them to us. They didn't know better. But if somebody had asked me, my little 5-year-old me, do you want, when I was able to understand and talk, do you want me to kill this pig? Or would you rather, eat this vegan lasagna? I'm like, I would never want someone to kill an animal for me.
Exactly the same.
I think most people are like that. You just get into these habits where you just go, and a lot of, I don't know, does this happen to you where they say, why don't you talk about recipes more? Does that happen to you?
Yes.
And it's like, here's my recipe right here, okay? Peel the banana, bring it this way, open, chew. There you go. Right? Like, what kind of recipe? Okay? Here's my recipe. These are walnuts. Whole Foods. Delicious. Dip them in peanut butter. Hey, go crazy. Have a party. Right?
Exactly.
Like, what do you want me to do? There are vegan chefs out there. We are animal rights activists. Figure it out, people. Like, we are not here to do everything for you. I mean, okay, I like getting little tips. Like, it was a good tip about freezing the dates. That was good.
Yeah.
But we just don't have, I could make videos filming all of my food, and I've done it many times on TikTok as well. Oh, by the way, do you still have your TikTok account? Tell everybody.
Not my main account, unfortunately. It looks like that's permanently gone, but I have my backup account. However, it's continually banned from posting. I've barely used it. I just recently posted 2 videos. They haven't been removed, and suddenly I'm banned from posting for another week. Like, it's just constantly banned, even if I'm not using it. So How about you? How are all your accounts going? Are you just same thing?
Well, look, I love TikTok because I just love, I have a lot of my songs now that I'm getting more and more songs on Spotify, little 15-second songs. So they're great for it. You just type in That Vegan Teacher, Miss Katie, and I'm going to be putting more and more songs on there. So you can use them, and then you can dance to them, or you can put stickers to them. And I think it's a great little app. I think it has huge flaws. And one of the biggest things that concerns me is that kids are on there not monitored by their parents. And the stuff they see, there's a lot of low-life people who have nothing else to do and also have serious mental problems who are on there. So kids go on there and they see these adults who are not working, who are not doing anything except on there to troll. And kids start to think that this is normal adult behavior. It's not normal adult behavior to have when an animal rights activist is asking you to please not eat animals, and for you to come and do a duet like this and eat dead chickens in front of them. That's not a mature adult behavior. That's fucking strange. It's bizarre. But kids see other kids see adults doing that, and they imitate them. Yeah. And they see this bullying, and they think it's normal. And it's absolutely not normal. And there's nobody to police it. So what do? They take away the animal rights activists. Let's fix that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the time that I had at my home. I mean, we've had the cops over here many times for people trying to attack our house. Basically the police are helpful in general. But one time, the police officer was talking to a bunch of teenagers and saying, look, you should not be just randomly, jumping up and running and smashing on her door or ringing the doorbell, because you don't know if you do that to somebody else's house, they might have a gun. They might be crazy and they might get revenge on you. Right? So instead of telling the kids, what you're doing is wrong, that, people are trying to sleep. Like she's not doing anything to you. Why are you attacking her house? My 81-year-old mother-in-law lives with me. Like, why is a police officer not trying to tap into their empathy and say, how would you like it if somebody did this to your family? You have an 81-year-old mother-in-law who wakes up from banging on the house and people yelling and throwing things. It's bloody terrifying. It's so wrong. And that the police officers are just more tapping into trying to tell the kids why they shouldn't do it because it might affect them, as opposed to trying to teach them to have empathy for the neighborhood, the humans, the animals. Like, I know that cops are trying to talk to the kids and be like, yo, chill. They were trying to get down to their level and be like, but I mean, I found this also as being a teacher in the school system, that there's just such a lack of empathy to the animals. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but in the schoolyard, kids stepping on ants and jumping on them, and I killed 20, I killed 25, and if you try to tell them,
a little bit just cut out for a second. I think it's frozen at the moment.
I do see you. I don't know if anybody else sees, but I can hear you.
Okay, I think it's back to normal now.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question for you, Tash.
Back to normal.
Here's a question for you, Tash. Can you read it?
Yeah. Yes, I can. All right. What is my opinion on animals in circuses? Well, firstly, animals are not here for our own entertainment. They're not slaves. They're not commodities. They're not here for us to make profit from. And that's exactly the reason why animals are forced and enslaved in circuses and zoos and other like SeaWorlds and any place that uses animals for entertainment. It's all blatant animal exploitation, and those animals should be living free in the wild where they actually belong. They shouldn't be forced to do these tricks and live these horrible lives where they're just whipped and beaten and constantly forced to do these performances. So I think animals in circuses and any form of entertainment or exploitation is abhorrent and cruel.
I agree. Would you like to read this one too, Tash?
Yeah, all right. So someone says, trust me, I support vegan people, but repeatedly implying everyone to be vegan is just brah. It's selfish of you to do this. And if there aren't bots in this chat, then they would know I'm correct. So all we are here doing is being a voice for the most oppressed beings on this planet. So we're just trying to create awareness about animal cruelty and animal suffering. And you're here saying that this is selfish to do. I mean, how on earth is it selfish to speak on behalf of others who are suffering? We're talking about billions and billions of animals. I mean, every year, 2.7 trillion marine animals are brutally murdered. And we're here trying to be a voice for them and create awareness about their suffering and enslavement and murder. And you're claiming that this act is selfish.
Of you,
I think
Tash.
you need to look into
selfish.
your own morals.
Yeah. I don't know. You're so selfish. I mean, trying to defend animals. How dare you? God.
I know, right?
Can you see how selfish you are? I mean, this person in the comment, this is what I should do. I should just agree with all the trolls here. Because it sounds so mindless. Like, what would this person, hello, meowing black cat, okay? Trust me, I support vegan people. Really? And this is how you show your support. Okay, so what does non-support look like exactly if this is support? I love it when they say, trust me, I support vegan people, or I don't mind vegans, or I like vegans. I respect vegans. And yet you're eating a dead animal in front of me. You're not respecting me. You don't like me. You are actually hurting me at the moment. Like, people are strange. All right, let's see.
Very strange.
What's this? Animals don't have a voice. We have a voice. We can speak out for them. It's not selfish. Thank you. Somebody gets it? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Here's something. Okay. I want to do vegan right for the 2 time in my life. Sorry, I don't know what that means. After 2 years. So can you please give me advice? Do you understand what they're trying to say, Tash?
I think they're saying they've already tried to be vegan before and now they're trying to again.
Okay.
I think that's what they're trying to say here.
Well, great that you're trying to again. That's amazing. Right? I always say it takes 100 clicks until you're vegan. Doesn't mean it takes 100 tries. But you get it, and then you go back into the world, and then you think you're crazy, and so you kind of retreat and think, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be vegan. And then you kind of realize, wait, I have to be vegan. And then you come back again. And so it's like it's not always so easy and clear, but it's great that you want to try again. What advice would you give, Tash?
I think watching all those documentaries that we've spoken about earlier, particularly Dominion. So you just need to search Dominion movement into YouTube and actually see the suffering that is happening. And that's every reason to make a change in your life. So you need to witness the suffering and understand why you want to go vegan. And I think Dominion is the most important thing to see. So I definitely recommend watching that documentary first. And then there's so much support and it's so easy to do a Google search nowadays to find plant-based recipes and how to live a vegan lifestyle. So I think challenge22.com is a great pathway to getting support and help actually eating a plant-based diet and just learning how to live a vegan lifestyle.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that watching the documentaries is so important. Now, there were some people, some trolls who said, "Well, we're going to watch Dominion," and so they live streamed themselves watching Dominion, and it was very upsetting because what they did is they had a gang of them chatting the whole time, like talking over it, and then they would blur out the screen when it was anything violent because then they couldn't otherwise monetize them. Like, they miss the entire point. You cannot talk and not listen to the moderator, to the person talking. And you cannot blank out the visual and not see what's going on. And then they said, oh, we watched Dominion and it was no big deal. You didn't watch Dominion. You didn't listen to it. You had no intention of caring or looking at it at all. What I tell people to do is sit down and watch it alone or in quiet, and have a box of Kleenex beside you and hold the Kleenex in your hand and allow your tears to come out. Don't just sit there eating popcorn with your feet up like it's not a big deal. Or you get a notepad and you take notes. Write down the names of all the animals that you see. What's the first animal that you see? You go through them. You're going to watch the pigs, the chickens, the hens, the sheep, everything. List all of the animals and how we abuse them so terribly. And you must have the courage to watch Dominion. Earthlings is another one. But Dominion seems to be one that a lot of people have watched more recently. And what bothers me, Atash, you're from Australia, which is, perfect for you. But people say, oh, that's just how it is in Australia. Over here in Canada, we don't treat our animals like that. Yes, you do. Oh, over here in the States, well, we're nice to the animals. We kill them when they're like 20 years old, when they're old. No, you don't. This guy, Daz Games, who has like 5 million followers here on YouTube, was trying to tell his whole millions of people that he eats ethical meat. No, you don't. You're so full of shit. This is the thing that is so frustrating, is the amount of lies that people talk and tell about free-range chickens, all of these things. Do you want to comment about that, free-range chickens?
Exactly. I mean, regardless of whether the animal is literally living free range or not, they're all sent to the same murder factory to have their throat slit. Their life is still taken, or they're still exploited for their bodies and their reproductive systems. And a majority of the times, most countries don't even have a legal framework as to what the term free range means. So you'll find that most free-range animals are still living in very confined, dark sheds where they don't even have access to the outdoors. They're still slaves, no matter what conditions they're living in. Even if you're treating them like royalty, they're still sent to murder factories to have their throat slit. Their life is still unnecessarily taken from them.
Absolutely. Oh, what's this? Could you two share how your health changed after becoming vegan? I feel a lot of people lack knowledge how healthy it can be. I know for myself, I gained so much more energy and happiness. Well, do you want to talk about that? Did your health change when you became vegan?
Sorry, it's just frozen a little bit.
Okay, I'll keep talking. So I'll just, so we have a donation here. By the way, thank you so much for the donation, Dakian Black. We really appreciate it. For myself, I wouldn't say that I actually became a whole lot healthier. I was already vegetarian for a long time before. And for me, definitely in some ways, what was great is that I opened myself up to starting to eat all kinds of new veggies and fruits that I'd never tasted before. So that was interesting. And I noticed that my palate changed and I started to crave vegetables in a way that I didn't before. And fruit. I remember before I used to think of fruit as like just, okay, I got to eat my fruit, Now I think of fruit as really like a dessert. And I've learned to enjoy my food and to eat it more slowly and just really like bite into a banana slowly and bite into a strawberry slowly and just appreciate the incredible beauty, the absolute art that Mother Nature has created for us. I mean, people paint things, I paint things too, but there is nothing more beautiful than a fruit or a vegetable or a nut or even a little seed. They are just such glorious gifts from Mother Nature. And so I've learned to appreciate food more. And of course, that has helped in the sense that I guess I would say I'm more open to different foods. But I've always been, a relatively healthy person. And I don't actually, I think it's great if somebody is already really unhealthy and then they start to become vegan. It can be amazing for their health and they get more energy and everything else. But because I was already, not eating many animal products, for me, it didn't change that much. How about you, Tash?
Yeah, I definitely felt very positive health benefits. I've always been very health focused throughout my whole life, but obviously becoming aware of the fact that animal flesh and secretions are the leading cause of most Western diseases and are incredibly unhealthy to consume, I felt a huge difference, especially because I transitioned to veganism overnight.
Okay.
I felt physically, more energy, more physical, because I've always been like sporty, and like even in my fitness, I had better recovery time, and I just generally felt a lot better. And soon after going vegan, I came across Dr. Michael Greger, and I started following this whole food, plant-based lifestyle, eliminating the oils and just eating.
That's true. I did that too. Yeah.
Whole foods. Yeah. And I just feel so amazing just eating only whole foods.
I
the best way.
I saw on your Instagram where you were showing this bowl of food that you eat every day. And I am like you in the sense that I try to have such a huge variety, but it's not really cooking, is it, Tash? But tell me what you put in your bowl.
Yeah, so every day for lunch, I'll have a quinoa bowl. So like quinoa is just like the main part of the bowl, and I'll mix in like turmeric and hemp seeds with it. Lots of veggie, avocados, spinach, tomato, capsicum, sweet potato. For that bowl, I had purple sweet potato, which is one of my favorite foods, but it's so hard to come across here. So I'll usually just have the orange sweet potato. And then I'll have like probably lentils or chickpeas mixed in with that. And it's just such a nourishing bowl, and I just never get sick of it. It's just something that I look forward to every day for lunch.
Okay, that's great.
So delicious.
And thank you from Bennett, who is a factory farmer who donated $2.99. Bennett, why are you a factory farmer? What does that mean? What is your purpose in being here for telling me that? So I encourage you to make another donation and talk about that so we can get to know you and what it is that you're thinking. Maybe you don't want to be a factory farmer, or maybe you're just here to try to say, I'm a factory farmer and I don't care about animals. I don't know what your purpose is. Watch Seaspiracy and Unity. Have you seen Unity?
No, I haven't actually. Have you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that one. Seaspiracy is the newest one. Yeah. And somebody's again asking here, do we know any vegan recipes? And I highly suggest that you go to just Google healthy vegan recipes. There are absolutely thousands, if not millions, hundreds of thousands of recipes out there. I mean, everything you want. There's a vegan version. There's vegan lasagna. There's vegan pizza. There's vegan carrot cake. There's vegan quiche. There's everything. Every food has a vegan version. Would you agree, Tash?
Yeah, 100%. You can veganize every meal.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right. So thank you, everybody who's been here. I'm so sorry if I didn't get a chance to look at your comments. Somebody here is saying that they reported us. So that's very interesting. What do you think that they reported us for, Tash?
I'm not sure. I think they're a bit offended by the truth here. There's nothing to be reported.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I reported you. I said that you were, well, what happened on TikTok is they would report us for all kinds of things that we never did. They reported us for, I don't know. I mean, I was feeding my dog Bella and they reported that video for nudity. Like, okay, my dog's naked. You're right. Like, what else? I was in one video, I was showing my morning meal and they reported me for harassment. It was apparently harassment to show my oatmeal. Yeah. I mean, this is what people do, right? It's quite something. You want to read this one?
Yeah, so Caden says, I've been vegan since April 2018. I have a happy, healthy 8-year-old vegan cat. I support you, Miss Katie. So yeah, even cats can consume a plant-based diet. You can get special cat food that has the taurine in it, which cats need, which they usually get through animal flesh. But yeah, you can actually feed your companion animals completely plant-based without murdering other species for them to consume.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Unity is a very empowering vegan documentary. Okay. Great. I don't know if I've seen it. Or is it old? Or I don't know if it's old. Maybe it's old and I have seen it. I'm not quite sure. But thank you. And thank you, Amir, for the donation. Anybody who's reporting us, I don't know why you're reporting us. You know that you can just go to another channel, but that's not what they want to do. Okay. And what else here? Vegan is beautiful. And here's another one. Get a life. Get a life. We should get a life. What sort of a life should we get that's more important than helping to protect the most innocent beings on this planet who have feelings like we do, who are being ripped away from their families? What do you suggest would be a life? Do you want me to go and play video games? Is that it? What would you like Tash here to do? What should Tash do that's more important than trying to let people know about the enslavement of cows, chickens, pigs, lambs, and turkeys? What should Tash be doing? Should she just be like, Tash, tell everyone how old you are?
I'm 27.
So Tash is 27. So what would you like her to do at the age of 27 that's more important? Just like what? Get married and have a baby? Is that having a life? What do you want her to do? You want her to just, I don't know, go in front of the TV and just watch episodes of Game of Thrones or something? Like what is a better use of her time? You tell us. Write it in the comments. I can't wait to see what you think that getting a life should look like. You tell us. So excited. Oh, here's another one. This is a great one. Here's another one. We should stop. Stop in the name of love. What the fuck? Hey, Nicholas, how's it going? What do you want us to stop doing? You know that there's a button, eh? Do you know that? Eh? That's Canadian. You know there's a button that you can just press and buy. It's like I don't know if it says goodbye, but there's a button somewhere on your screen. You can just play. You can go and watch. How many other YouTubers are on right now? Right now, how many YouTubers do you think that you could go to their sites? I don't know. Like a fucking billion? And you come here and you tell us to stop. Yes, sir. We should stop immediately. You know what? I was going to stop at 10 o'clock, but hey, I'm having so much fun. Are you able to stay on for another 15 minutes, Tash?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or do you think we should just follow this advice? I mean, this is serious. This is written so many times. I mean, this person really wants us to stop talking about the animals who are suffering. Okay. Tash, you wanted to read this one.
All right. If the haters didn't harass you, they wouldn't have any interesting content for their lame channels. How do you know someone is boring and uncreative? They make anti-TVT content. Very true. You have so many fans.
Oh yeah, just like I have no way to get attention. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make an anti-vegan video on YouTube. I'll write that vegan teacher exposed, or Tash Peterson exposed V-gan Booty. She's even worse than the vegan teacher. Go check her out. And one after the other, right? And then there's not like one of them that has two brain cells to rub together to just try to come up with some unique content, or somebody that says, you know what? Maybe these people are actually trying to do something for a good reason. I don't know. Maybe I should just, put on my ethical cap and actually do a proper video about these two and the other many, many animal rights activists, and actually expose what they're really doing, which is trying to help to save the planet. But no, hey, go ahead. Hey, by the way, why don't you just take some clips from this video and make another anti-vegan video? That's great. Here, I'll give you a face. There you go. There, now you have some material. Have fun. Fucking asshole. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to swear? Let me scratch my head here. Okay. Can you read this one, Tash?
I thought you were going to be topless in this one. Very disappointed.
You want us to be topless? Is
Maybe
that
we
gonna
should have been.
Yeah, you know, that's going to make them go vegan, right?
Yeah.
I'll go topless if you do. We take off our shirts. And we end the broadcast like this. All right, you ready? You want to do it? You want to do it? All right, let's do it. Da, na, 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 na. Oh, I'm going to have to take off my scarf. Da, da, na, da, da. Na, 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 na. We're going topless if it'll make you go vegan. Ooh! Oh, shoot, that landed in my tea. Okay, do I have to take my glasses off? I won't be able to see. Oh, yeah, we're going topless. Take off my shirt. Swing it around. There. Okay. Now what? I have to take everything off. Okay. Take this off. I'm going to pull this over my head. Okay, I'm going to go down. Okay.
We're topless.
We're topless. We're topless, so you'll go vegan. There goes my chances at monetization. Damn it. We're here for the animals. And on that note, sisterhood. Oh, I got no. I'm not cool. I don't have any tattoos. Marker around. Then we have a dark black marker here in the studio audience. Okay, let's see. All right, we're topless. Let's just do a couple more here, and then we're gonna say bye. Okay, here's somebody. I love ya. Someone loves that. Oh, that's nice.
Very cute.
Okay. And then here's another one. Ha ha ha. Oh, and of course, this is weird. And of course, bra. Why do they keep talking about our bra? Like, is this a bra? Like, what's a bra? There, that's a bra. I think you spelt it wrong. Here, report! Hurry! Report us! We're so terrible.
Oh my God, our shoulders are showing.
Our shoulders are showing. Oh my God. I didn't realize, you know. You know, when we're in our bathing suits at the pool, you know our shoulders are showing there, right? I don't know if you ever realized it. So I'm not sure why this is exactly inappropriate. Oh, here's someone. Watch Dairy is Scary. Good, thank you. And then, oh my God. I'm just going to go through this. Sheep's wool to make stuffed animals. Terrible idea. What do you think, Tash?
Absolutely terrible. Using someone else's wool to stuff animals. Disgraceful.
Yeah. Somebody's scared. What is the scary thing? Oh my God. What are you going to do? You're so scared. Do you have a stuffed animal you can hug? Hold on, I'll get one. Here, hug this. Okay, when you feel better, give him a hug. I know we're really scary. Does this make you feel safer? It's so scary, isn't it, to watch two women trying to talk about not hurting animals? It's probably scarier than the most scariest horror movie. I know. You should really hang up. You know how to hang up? You like press the button and it means like you don't have to watch. That's how scary we are, right? Okay. All right, let's see. What kind of weird
Oh my God. Oh, that's great.
This is not porn. Okay, yeah. This isn't porn. This is just vegans trying to tell you to stop. Can you please stop hurting animals? right, guys. It's been great. We should do this every week.
100%.
Love you, my dear. Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. Please go watch Dominion. Seriously, watch Dominion. Bye.